So did you take another class this last hour, or did you take a break?
Yeah, I mean, a short break.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, that's what I had. A lot. I like my ideal is to teach a class, have a break, teach a class, have a break. So, but anyway, yeah. So hopefully I won't have any system problems this time. So
Of course, I bet you are not going to have another issue with your computer.
I don't think so because I just restarted it. So
Oh, I see.
that, but I rarely turn my computer off. So that's another issue too. So I was told by
Uh,
somebody who works for a technology company to just keep my computer on, and if I need to turn it off, put it to sleep or hibernate. So,
mm, yeah.
but anyway, so yeah, so last time we did phrasal verbs. In this class, we're doing idioms, but they're all phrasal verbs and idioms are so similar in in many respects because they have so many different meanings. So, um, yeah, so we'll see who else shows up, and if not, you and I will have a private class and
Yeah.
so forth. So, yeah. Yeah, because I think the other class has there's the two classes going on right now. So, all right. But yeah, so what time is it right now in Nicaragua?
It's 7:02 p.m.
Oh, 7:02. Okay. So it's
Mm-hmm.
6:02 here. So it's the same time. It's you're the same as Central Standard Time in the US.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because Nicaragua is actually part of Central America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I had to think about where it was. I was like, oh yeah, it's in the middle. So between the two continents, really. Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so so what do you do, Oscar? Are you a student or do you work or?
Yes. Yeah, I have a job, and
Hmm.
actually I work on computers and computer technician.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so do you work mostly with software or hardware or either?
Uh, Often I work in software. You
Hmm.
know, reinstalling operating system and installing antivirus and
Hmm.
installing Microsoft Office. Uh,
Uh-huh.
sh- yeah, the most basic duties.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. And so do you work in an IT department or do you work for a computer company?
Yes, I work for a computer company.
Hmm. And the people come in with computer issues and you take care of it. So,
Yes.
yeah. I've got two computers that I need to take into a computer company. One though, they will laugh at me because I bought it in 2006, so they're just going to say throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it depends on the hardware you have in the computer.
Yeah. Well, the hardware is the issue. So,
Yeah.
and the other one, the hardware is great, and the second one I got it, I think in it would have been 2012, so or 2011, 2011 or 2012, and it started giving me the blue screen of death,
Mm-hmm.
and my brother-in-law has reinstalled the software like 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Is that easy to fix?
Yeah, well, you need to check if your RAM is working fine. You need to check the hard disk drive
Uh-huh.
and do a wipeout and reinstall the operating system.
Hmm.
And also,
Yeah.
you will have to get an antivirus and an anti-malware.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we've done 3 times already. So it's like, oh. So finally, I just got a new computer. I went, oh, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. a little right after I started working for Verbling, because of course we need to have good computers and stuff. So, all right. So
Okay.
let's go ahead. What do you think the title "We're Off" means?
I think it's when you are not we're not doing anything, or you're taking a break.
Okay.
Mm,
Um,
mhm,
that is one example. Like for example, we are off work.
mhm.
Like today in the U.S. it is a holiday, and so the people who worked for the government and cities and the banks and post office, they all were off.
Uh-huh.
So they could say we are off tomorrow. Um,
Uh-huh.
but there's another meaning for this. So say for example, you said you have a family, right?
Yes.
Okay. How many kids?
Only one.
One child. Okay. So
One child.
you and your wife and baby plan a vacation, okay? And you're going to go somewhere, and you plan on leaving early in the morning, and then drive all day, right? And so early in the morning you can say to your wife, "We are off. We're heading out. We're on our way
Yeah.
out."
Yeah.
So
I got it.
yeah, so those are basically the two ways that it can be used. So, and there's probably a few more that I can't think of. So, okay, so let's match the word to the idiom. What do you think the idiom means? So we have the word color, limits, the record, the beaten path, or the cuff. Okay, so number one, can you do that one?
Okay. It says for the summer vacation, Tom wants to go somewhere off. Mm, off limits.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So for summer vacation, he wants to go somewhere that other people don't go very much.
Mm-hmm. Mm. It could be the cough.
No. So if you say with off the cuff, that means you just say stuff without thinking.
Uh-huh.
And off limits is when you go places that you're not supposed to go.
I understand.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm, the beaten path.
Uh-huh. Let me show you an example of off the
Mm-hmm.
beaten path. Okay. Say for example, this one right here, you're hiking and you're basically off the beaten path. This is
Uh-huh.
the beaten path. This right here is a beaten path. So this is a path. And so if you go off the beaten path, so you're walking down this path and you decide to go off the beaten path, so you walk this way. And there's no path, or it's a very, not a very good path. This is a beaten path, which means people are quite often on that path or on that road. But if you're off the beaten path, people don't go there very much. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
beaten path. So you walk up here, you're going off the beaten path. So,
Okay.
all right.
All
Very
right.
good. Okay, so off the beaten path. Hi, Carlos. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Hi.
Welcome again. Hi. All right. So we are going over some idioms today. And so we just did this first one. For his summer vacation, Tom wants to go somewhere off the beaten path. So off the beaten path is a beaten path means everyone goes that way. So off the beaten path means somewhere where very few people go. Okay. So so Oscar, do you like to when you travel, do you like to go off the beaten path or do you like to travel where everyone else goes?
Mm, uh, mm, uh, I like to stay with the people, so I don't like to go far away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I could say that I like to be with the people, and and have a good time with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you, when you travel, you pretty much you stay on the beaten path.
Okay. That's
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
expression.
That's it. Okay. So Carlos, how about you? When you travel, do you like to go off the beaten path or do you like to stay on the path?
That
Do you like
depends
to?
because if I
Uh-huh.
don't know, that depends
Uh-huh.
because if I don't know someone from there, maybe I can get scary because maybe they don't know who I am. Can someone can do it something to me? I don't know.
Okay. So yeah, so for you, you don't would you prefer to travel where there's not a lot of people or where there's a lot of people?
Uh, with my friends
Uh-huh.
that
Okay.
are like three.
Uh-huh. But how about your destination?
Well, here where I live is
Uh-huh.
not common because we don't have areas to walk in like those paths in the forest
Mm-hmm.
because I live in the city.
Uh-huh.
So if I travel, maybe I go a specific place
Mm-hmm.
or go for a specific trip that is someone is the leader we follow
Uh-huh. That's organized. Yeah, so you also stay on the beaten path when you travel. Okay.
on the beaten path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I well, I like to actually travel off the beaten path. So I will get in my car and I will start driving, and pretty soon I'll see a little road and I'll say, I wonder where that goes. And I'll start driving. And one time I just got totally lost, but I knew that if I could continue driving, I would find something. I would get myself out of it, but it was fun.
Okay.
So, all right, next one, number 2. So, Carlos, can you try this one?
Okay, Sarah will only talk about the problem of space. She doesn't want to say anything officially.
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah will only talk about the. I don't know what is the meaning the cuff.
Okay. Well, let me show you what a cuff actually means, and on Google Images. But it really doesn't. This is an idiom, so it doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean the same thing. But cuff usually is this.
Oh, like
You know these.
I understand. You understand.
Yeah, so that's what it means. But this idiom has, when it comes to off the cuff, has nothing to do with clothing. So,
No, not
so
nothing.
yeah, it,
Doesn't have sense.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
but this one isn't the cuff. It's a different one.
yeah. Sarah will only talk about the problem of limit.
No. So if you're off, if something is off limits, you can't go there.
Oh
If
yeah.
something's off the cuff, you're speaking without thinking. If something's
Yeah.
off color, it's not normal. So off the record.
Off the record. Okay,
Off the
teacher.
record. Okay. So when you guys think of something that is off the record, um, Sarah will only talk about the problem off the record. She doesn't want to say anything officially. So say there's a problem at work, and the newspaper calls and asks about the problem. Okay. And
Okay.
they talk to Sarah, and Sarah will not talk on the record. She
Okay.
does not want her name in the newspaper. But
Okay.
off the record, she will speak. But on the record, she will not. So, if you're off the record, it's not official. So,
Okay.
okay. Right. Let's go to number 3. Oscar, can you do that one?
Okay, our CEO keeps making up comments to journalists, which he think before speaking. Mm, is it limits?
No.
Mm, cuff?
Off the cuff, yeah. So if you say something off the cuff, it means you are saying something without thinking about what it may sound like. So if you say something without really thinking, you could get into trouble. And so we call that off the cuff comments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
Okay.
so, and we've had a lot of politicians have that problem sometimes. They will say off the cuff comments, and then they will get in trouble because they criticized a group or something, and they are usually very sorry that they did that.
Yeah.
So does that happen in your country as well, Carlos?
Yeah, I am living in Salvador, and
Uh-huh.
this is very common because they are only saying something that doesn't have sense because after the time they do nothing.
Uh-huh.
They do a little bit before of the election, but then nothing.
Uh-huh. Okay. So they say nothing. I mean, they say a lot of stuff before the election, and then nothing happens afterwards. So they make many promises they are not keeping, and possibly if they are asked, maybe they'll say an off the cuff comment, or they'll say, "Oh, I didn't really mean it. I didn't really promise that." That would be an off the cuff comment. Yeah. Okay. How about Oscar? How about politicians in Nicaragua? Do they make off the cuff comments?
It's not common, but it happened. It happened before, and they have regrets.
Yeah, regretted what they've said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that even in my country, even Obama has said some off the cuff comments. So, but I don't usually. Even if it was a Bush or Obama, if they're criticizing the president, I usually don't read it. So anyway, number 4. Carlos, could you do that one?
You're looking a bit of. Are you feeling alright? Is let me think about. Are you looking a bit of? Are you looking a bit of limit? Are you feeling alright?
Okay, it wouldn't be limits. It would be actually off color. So if you look off color,
Oh
then
yeah.
you don't look well.
Yeah.
And an off color could also be you're acting a bit off color, and that would be maybe you are acting strange. So you're looking a bit off color. So te ves pálido. Did I pronounce it right? Te ves pálido.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So, question: the Spanish between El Salvador and Nicaragua, are they similar, or is there differences like between British English and American English?
Nicaraguan as maybe the difference is the pronunciation, the way we speak Spanish. Then the culture is very similar, but not the same because they come from different sources because was different Indian from there.
Okay. Yeah. Because I've learned that there's a huge difference, and one guy from Spain was actually saying that the Spanish Spain is being influenced greatly by you guys in South America and Central America.
Yeah, it's right. It's very different. It's like UK English.
And British. Where between Nicaragua and El Salvador, it would be kind of like the western part of the United States and the Midwest, maybe, or the south and the north.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that, but
it's kind of like that. Yeah. Actually, El Salvador is in the north of Nicaragua.
No, yeah, because I know that the countries are actually very very close, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Neighboring countries?
yeah. No, Honduras is in the middle, but
Yeah, okay. Honduras is between. Okay.
yeah, Honduras is
Okay.
between.
Okay. And then, do you guys know teacher Chad here at
I
Verbling?
didn't understand.
He lives in Honduras. So, so, so if you see his name, take his class and because he lives in the same area. Anyway, number 5. Oscar, could you read that one?
Okay. The R&D building has very high security. It's off to everyone without electronic passkey.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
So it's off limits.
Off limits, right?
Yeah, so it's off limits. Okay, so in your company, Oscar, do you
Yes.
have an area that is off limits to the clients, where your customers or your clients cannot go to it?
Yes. There's a special area when the customers cannot access or enter because there are some parts or money and they can see it. They are not allowed to see it.
Okay.
Yes.
And Carlos, and are you a student or do you work?
I am a student.
Okay, so at your university, is there an area that is off limits to students?
Yeah, the office of the teacher. Some
Mm-hmm.
teacher we can enter there.
Mm-hmm. So you can't go to the offices
Yeah.
unless do the teachers have specific office hours?
Can you repeat again? I didn't
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. Do the teachers have office hours?
Yeah, they have it.
Mm-hmm.
They have a special hour where you can go there and ask them your question about the class. Did you have it with them and something like that?
And that's the only time you can actually go to their office,
No,
right?
you can't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So let's look at let's match the meaning to the idiom. So let's write the number from exercise 2. So we've got to look or feel unwell, to be forbidden, to say something without thinking beforehand, a place where few people go, and to say something privately. Okay, so Carlos, can you choose one of these idioms up here and match it with one of these meanings?
Okay. Check measurement idiom, right number of the process too. Right. Looked or feel unwell is like of color.
Exactly. So that is off color, and I'm not going to write the number. I'm just going to write the idiom. So off color is to look or feel unwell. Okay, and Oscar, can you choose one?
Okay, choose the number 2. Okay, it's limits.
Okay, off limits. Yes.
Off limits. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Off limits, because it doesn't mean anything without both of them together. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Carlos, can you do another one?
Okay. To say something without thinking before. This is the cutoff. Off the cuff.
Off the cuff, yes. Off the cuff. Okay, and Oscar.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
What is the meaning before or beforehand?
Okay, beforehand is okay to say something without thinking before the event. So maybe a politician sees some journalists, and they don't think before they actually talk to the journalists. So what do I want to keep quiet?
Okay.
So forth. Okay. Good question. Oscar. No,
Yes.
Carlos. I guess it's Carlos's turn.
Okay. Of, um, the of the beaten path of beaten.
Yes, off the beaten path. Off the beaten path. Okay. And then, of course, to say something privately would be to say that what, Oscar?
Yes, yeah, off the record.
Off the record. Okay, excellent. Okay, so we've got off color, off limits, off the cuff, off the beaten path, and off the record. Okay, now let's see if we can fill these in again. So, number 1, Carlos, could you do that one?
Okay, give me a minute.
Okay.
Off record, off the record.
Yeah, could you read the whole sentence?
My boss told me off the record that I'm in line for a promotion.
Exactly. So my boss told me off the record that I'm in line for a promotion. So since he told you off the record, it might not happen. So, okay. And number 2, Oscar.
Yes. I'm sorry, I described you as stupid. I was silly off the cuff comment and I apologize.
Good. Very good. Well, it's okay. I will forgive you. Carlos, number 3.
John looks a bit out of color, maybe because of those years he had for lunch.
Okay, maybe because of those oysters he had for lunch.
What is an oyster?
Oysters, it's a seafood.
Oh yeah.
So you know what it is now?
Yeah.
Is it common in your part of the world?
I have seen it on TV.
Okay. Yeah, I've never had it, so.
But I have tried it too.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you had it, Oscar?
Yeah, I saw it before in a restaurant.
Did you try it?
Nah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't think you can get me to try it. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it's really good. You put it on lemon, hot sauce. It's good.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. It just doesn't look very appealing to me. So,
yeah.
No,
but it's good.
Is it? Okay. I'll take your word for it. So, do you know what I mean by I'll take your word for it? You guys know what that means?
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it means I'll trust you. So, another inning. Yeah. All right. So number 4, Carlos, could you do that one?
Okay. Tim told his parent that his bedroom was. Let me see. Of the limit.
Off limits. Okay. Okay, so he doesn't want anybody coming in. Okay, so if I were a parent and my child told me that his bedroom was off limits, the minute he left the house, I would go into the room, find out why it's off limits. So,
yeah.
Is that bad?
Maybe.
Maybe. And of course, it depends on the age of the child, of course,
Yeah.
So, number 5, Oscar.
Okay. Sarah has a vacation time of
home.
Huh?
Home. You said time, vacation time, but she has a vacation home.
Oh, so okay. Sarah has a vacation time home of the beaten path. It's really peaceful there.
Okay. Did you hear what you said? You said Sarah has a vacation time home. So, did you learn the word vacation time with the word vacation, like vacation time?
I never heard it.
Oscar,
Oh,
did you?
yeah. I
You may
made a
have learned.
mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, you may have learned it together. So it's like when you see the word vacation, you think of the word time, and it just comes out. So, yeah. So, okay, so if Sarah has a vacation home off the beaten path, it's really peaceful there. So it means it's a vacation home maybe on the beach or in the mountains where no one is there. Maybe it's hard to find, it's out away from regular people and stuff like that. So, okay, let's go ahead and do this discussion. And then if once we get off of this discussion, I will bring up some other discussion questions that we will go over.
Yeah.
So, all right, Carlos, do you like to go somewhere off the beaten path for your holidays? I kind of already asked you this, but
Yeah, actually, I would like it. I am on my vacation and I am only in my house. Could be good go to the forest or not to the beach, somewhere where I can let go my imagination and feel wild. I don't know.
Okay. So you would like to do it, but you just don't. You just never have so far. So excellent. Okay, Oscar, how about you? Do you like to go somewhere off the beaten path for your holidays?
Yes, I like to go to the countryside in a farm and have how do I say this? Spend time with my friends and um, to have a good time in a peaceful place. Yeah, when you are not going to hear any loudly sound. When, for example, if you are in the city, you hear the horns, the cars running on the streets, and that's not peaceful for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I like to go. I don't know. Sometimes I like to go to holidays in the city, but usually I like to go off the beaten path and away from where everyone else is. So, all right, next one. Carlos, when did you last feel a bit off color? What was wrong with you?
Maybe 2 months ago when I did the last test to get a good grade because I needed to pass the assignment. So I got nervous when the professor began to give the test. So I had a lot of expected about it. So I got nervous. I guess for that I get off color that moment.
So I felt a bit off color.
Yeah.
I had some expectations about the test.
Yeah.
How you'd say that, and so I felt a bit off color.
Okay.
All right. And how well did you do on the test? Okay.
Okay.
Did you do okay on the test?
Yeah, I got 7.8, and I am the another assignment right now.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. All right, Oscar. How about you? When did you last feel a bit off color? What was wrong with you?
The last time I felt a bit of color was when I had a stomachache. I didn't feel well, and I had to took a medicine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And for me, the last time I felt a bit off color was actually a week ago, and it was because I had gone to a funeral of one of my dad's very good friends, and and because of it, it kind of stressed me out, and it made me very, very tired. so I felt a bit off color on that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's the last time I felt off color. But before that, I was, yeah. Anyway, okay. So, is there anywhere near where you live that is off limits to the general public? So, Carlos, how about where you live? Is there anything that is off limits to the general public?
Well, in the city, yeah, because you know about the problem with the gangster. You are not going to get into there, so maybe you can consider it like off limit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, and how about where you live, Oscar?
Okay, there are special areas when it's off limits because it belongs to the government
Mm-hmm.
and it's not allowed to pass by.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, you cannot enter to the some areas of the police station or
Mm-hmm.
some military areas.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And also I think probably it's the same in your areas as well. In my area we have a lot of factories.
Mm-hmm.
And like just down the street where I live we have potato factories. And then we
Where do
have
you live
excuse me, I live in Idaho.
at? Idaho.
Yeah, and Idaho is famous for potatoes.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
I have, I have family in the U.S., but
uh-huh.
another state.
Uh-huh. Yeah. What state do you know what state they're in?
Washington D.C. and Fontana, I guess.
Washington D.C. and where? Montana?
Fontana. Uh-huh. Fontana, California.
It is Fontana, California. Okay, yes, and Washington D.C. is on one side and Fontana is on the other side. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm closer to Fontana, California. So but yeah, we have a lot of factories in our area. And then we also have an Air Force base that is close in Idaho that, of course, no one can go to. So, all right. Have you ever regretted saying something off the cuff? What happened? So, Oscar, what about you? Have you ever regretted saying something off the cuff? What happened?
Yeah, it was when I was a child and I said something. how can I say this? Something stupid to my teacher, and then I was in problems with my teacher.
Because
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. And how about you, Carlos? Have you ever said anything off the cuff?
Yeah, me too. When I was a child, I used to say a lot of jokes. Yeah,
Jokes. Uh-huh.
jokes, and to my mom friends. So my mom got noisy because maybe I said something bad words. So my mom punished me.
She got angry,
Yeah,
or she
she
got
got
nosy?
angry.
Yeah, she got angry because she was worried about what you were saying.
Yeah.
And I, as far as off the cuff, I have a problem with that. So I will say something that I think is totally innocent, and the people that I'm with will take offense, and I won't realize it. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and a lot of times they don't tell me, but sometimes I just say things and I don't realize how it's coming across. And then when I do realize it, I feel very bad that it's come across that way. So I will say things off the cuff, not all the time, but sometimes, enough to get me in trouble. So all right. Okay. This question: can you tell your partner something about you off the record? Now, keep in mind, we are on recorder, so we don't want to say anything about ourselves that's off the record. Because everything that we're saying is on the record.
Yeah.
So off the record would be if the recording was not on and no one was watching.
Yeah, it's a private conversation.
Yeah. So if you want to tell us something about you on the record, that would be totally fine.
Yeah.
But off the record, no. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and normally if there was about 6 or 7 more people, we'd probably still be on this question right here, or maybe this one. So I'm going to bring up some more conversation questions, and this is as always a fun topic to talk about because everybody has things to say on free time and hobbies. Okay, so let's just ask and answer some questions here. So Oscar, can you choose one of these questions to ask Carlos?
Okay. What did you do last summer vacation?
The last summer vacation I went to I went to a resort here in El Salvador that is called the Cameron. I passed it good with my friends from the university. I get a little drunk. I ate a lot. I tanned. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so instead of you get a little drunk, you could say I got a little drunk.
Yeah. Hey, you had a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So, are you going to do that again this summer? This coming summer?
Me? To me?
Yeah. Are you going to go back to that resort, or will you go somewhere else?
Right now, I'm not thinking about it. I am staying home because I have to save money to go there because
Mm-hmm. Now, in Central America, are you guys in winter or are you summertime?
Right now it's winter.
It is winter, okay. Yeah, because somewhere, I'm not. Is it also winter in Nicaragua, Oscar?
It's summer here.
Okay, so Honduras might be the line somewhere over there.
But I can understand how here going to be winter, there summer because it's almost kind of close. But we only have to. How do you say that word? Estaciones.
Seasons.
We only 2 seasons, summer and winter.
Yeah.
Or do you have summer, 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 and summer? So does it get cold where you guys are?
What?
Yes.
Does it get cold?
Sometimes when we're approaching in December, for example.
Right now in January, some days get a little close.
Cloudy.
Okay. Yeah, so it gets fairly cloudy and so forth. So do you guys have mountains in your area?
You said mountains?
Mountains, yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
We have.
Okay. Yeah, because it's I guess the mountain range goes all the way down. Of course, duh. I'm not even thinking. So okay. Carlos, do you want to choose a question and ask Oscar?
Okay. If you had more free time, what would you do with it?
Okay. If I have more time, I would spend it with my family and my friends. And to have, I would like to have enough time to watch movies in English. Yep.
What type of movies?
For example, science and fiction.
Okay, science fiction movies, things like that. Okay. Yeah. How about you, Carlos? What would you like to
Uh,
have time to do?
if you have more free time, maybe do exercises because I only in my house, laying in my bed, you know.
hmm So you'd like to be able to, like, go to the gym, or what type of exercising do you like to do?
I used to play soccer. I went to Norway,
Mm.
but right now I don't because I am studying, so I get out from the team. So
hmm
right now I prefer go to the gym.
hmm So you went to Norway to play soccer for the Norwegian team, or?
I went to represent El Salvador in the Norway club.
Oh, okay. So what did you think of Norway?
Oh, it's a very different style of life, culture. Yeah, it's very good. The mountain, the forest, the environment is very good.
hmm
They they like to save the forest and the life of there is of the people very loyal and people person. Yeah, lovely.
hmm
I like it too much.
hmm Yeah. Well, I lived in Finland for 11 years, and Norway was one of the countries that I did not get to. I did
But
not
but
travel there, and I'd love to
but
go there.
but those countries are very similar, I guess, because are the north of Europe.
Yeah, yeah, they are. I mean, they're similar in some respects, but they're different. Norway and Sweden are closer, and then Finland is kind of on its own. But yeah, they are kind of it's similar, especially like when you said they were trying to save nature. There's a lot more people. If you compare Finland with the U.S., there's a lot more people that live in blocks of flats because they want to save the nature. And
Yeah.
so they'll go up
Mm-hmm.
instead of out. Where here in the States, everybody wants to have their own house. So, yeah. Wow, that's great. Okay, and I'm going to choose a question. Um, so where is that question? Where do, uh, okay, where do young people in your country usually spend their free time? Carlos, how about in your country? Where do people usually spend their free time?
uh, on the gym.
In the
Uh,
gym or at
yeah,
the
in the
gym?
gym. And in at the night, maybe discotheque, bar. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. Uh, malls, movie theater.
Mhm.
Yeah, those kind of place.
Mhm. Okay. How about in Nicaragua, Oscar?
It's almost the same. Young people usually spend their free time in the cinemas, go to the malls,
Mhm.
and go to the disco to meet with their friends and dance all night long.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's very similar in the US in the cities. It's not necessarily the same in the countryside where I live, but they will go to the shopping malls and shopping and movies and things like that. Discotheques, probably not. There's not a lot of discos. Um, but it depends on how young you're thinking. So, like in the US, it's against the law to drink alcohol under the age of 21. And
Okay.
so they can't go into the bars and the pubs and things like that. So a lot of times, a lot of people they'll go to parties that either at people's homes or somewhere that so that they can drink alcohol even though it's illegal. So and hopefully it doesn't get out of hand and they don't get caught. So um, what is the drinking age in El Salvador, Carlos?
What is the drinking? What?
Drinking age?
18 years old.
18?
Yeah.
Okay. How about in Nicaragua?
Yeah, it's the same. 18 years
18.
old.
Okay. So yeah, so in the States it's 21, which is very, very old, I think. So
You used to go to party, teacher?
me? No,
Yeah.
I was too shy.
Really?
I think when I was in high school, I may have gone to one or two parties, um, and I actually didn't start drinking until I was 21. I was one of those Girl Scouts. I obeyed the law, so very rare. Most teenagers all drink, by the time they're 16, but I did not, and none of my friends did either. So we were the
Okay.
we were
That's
the
good.
shy book types. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, in some respects, I don't know. I think I missed out on a lot too. So, all right. Oscar, can you choose a question? I'll make it some more questions.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I would choose. How do the men in your family usually spend their free time?
Okay. Uh, in my case, because my family member is only my brother and my mom, and I am the older,
Uh-huh.
so I am the man of the house of the
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah.
man
So
of the house. Uh-huh.
yeah, I am. So how I told you, uh, right now laying in my bed.
Same here.
Yeah, sometimes I got a book I read something that is interesting for me. Uh,
Uh-huh.
l- watch sports, ESPN, Fox Sports. Right now,
Uh-huh.
the playoff of NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Um, what was I thinking? Have you
Uh-huh.
guys yesterday I saw on Facebook an
Uh-huh.
article about, and what you saying that that you're just laying in bed right now, that there's a
Uh-huh.
job right now, I guess, that NASA is looking recruiting for. Let
Can
me
I
see if I
send you
can
my
find it.
CV, please?
Excuse me.
May I send you my CV?
Well, NASA. So
Yeah, you are the
did you?
connect to NASA. I have a lot of experience.
Oh, I know nothing from NASA, but I saw this one. NASA will pay 18,000 to watch you rest in
Wow.
bed.
Oh, that's cool job. I need it now.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I mean apparently they make you go through. You have to be a certain age. I don't know what the age was. It's probably 20 something, and it has to be for 80, 70 or 80 days. And you have to be very physically fit, and so you have to be really very very healthy and be able to handle this. And so they give you a lot of medical exams, and they also give you psychological exams to see if you can handle that. But
Okay,
$18,000 for that's what 3.5 months of laying down in bed.
but not too good.
So to spend 7 days, if we want to make sure that select people who are mentally ready to spend 70 days in bed, not
Okay.
everyone is comfortable with that. Not every
Yeah,
type of person can tolerate an extended
yeah,
time in bed. So it was really interesting when I saw that. I thought, wow, if I
yeah.
were
I
younger,
can I cannot handle with that.
really,
It has too much
yeah.
time.
I would I would be tired to stay on the bed.
I, I think I would probably end up in a dream world. I'd just be like, have these Yes, I'd be daydreaming all the time, so or be on Facebook the whole time because it said in there that you can use when you're awake, laying in bed, you can use different devices and stuff like that. So, but man, can you imagine that? The $18,000 would be nice though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. So, Carlos, why don't you choose a question?
Uh, mm, what do you really hate having to do in your free time?
Chores.
Yeah. The chores. Uh, I really hate to move. How do I say this? Trash bag.
Okay,
Yeah.
take out the
Take away.
trash. Take out the trash.
Take out the trash to the
The dumpster.
Pardon me.
Is it to the dumpster?
Dumpster? What does it mean, dumpster?
Dumpster is it's where people take the trash out to,
Yeah.
depending on where you are living. But it's just a big barrel type of thing. But I'll show you a quick picture. You'll get it. This is a dumpster.
Yeah. Thank you, teacher.
So is that the word you were thinking, Oscar?
That's right.
Awesome. Yeah, so you hate taking the trash out to the dumpster.
Yep.
I find that to be the easiest chore. I hate washing the bathroom. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
so
That's another
or
hard
vacuuming. And I guess I don't mind cleaning my own house, but I hate cleaning other people's homes.
Of course.
Really? How is that?
You know, I don't. Some people do it and they do it really well, but I'm like, I don't like cleaning my own place. Let alone, why would I want to clean up after somebody else? So
Oh my goodness.
so I would not make a good maid. So I have a question for you guys. Let's see, where is it? Where is that question? Okay, if it were suddenly announced that tomorrow was a national holiday, what would you do? So what would you do, Carlos, if tomorrow were a national holiday?
Oh my God. I run away to my house.
I
call
would
my
run
friend.
away.
What?
I would run away.
I would run away
Uh-huh.
from my house. I call my friend and I go to, I don't know, some place to meet him.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
And would
Yeah.
you party?
Yeah, party, drink, I don't know.
Uh-huh. Awesome. Okay. And Oscar, what would you do?
I would meet my friends and maybe travel to another city and drink some beers and have a good time
Okay.
and have a conversation with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would go on a road trip and I would drive to the mountains and maybe go hiking and maybe not even get out of the car. Just drive around. Circular through the mountains, see the lakes, maybe stop at a restaurant and I'll probably take some friends with me, but we'll drive down a freeway and see how far we can go before we have to turn around. So but anyway, I want to thank you both for your participation. I hope you learned some new words and phrases and got a chance to practice speaking. I hope to see you again in another class, and have a wonderful evening, you guys. Thank you.
Okay, see you in
Bye.
2 hours.
Oh, yes, okay, 2 more hours. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.